What is going on YouTube? Hitomac making into the brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the current coin market cap, as well as the S&P 500 if we have time. Specifically in today's episode, I do want to continue discussing where we left off yesterday, basically trying to figure out the direction of the next break in cryptocurrency. It's been a pretty rough battle. I mean, we've shot up to practically all-time highs for 2020. Now that we've pretty much hit this, are we going to be heading up higher, creating new all-time highs, or is it time we start to recede and correct lower? These are the questions that I know a lot of you guys have floating in your head, so I do want to try to answer that as best as I can. We may not come to a conclusion, but we will be one step closer to figuring this out. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so yesterday's video we left off basically discussing a potential breakout soon in XRP Ripple. Obviously, you guys know when I'm referring to breakouts, I really just mean a break outside of the pattern. And as we started to notice that there's been pretty much this consolidation forming on most of the cryptocurrencies the past probably week or so. So I do just want to jump right into today's episode. I do have Bityard pulled up really quickly just so we can get a general understanding of what exactly is going on. So as you can see, pretty much right now, I do have the Bityard XRP to Tether pulled up right here. And you can see that the graph has pretty much not changed. I've left this exactly how it's been the past 2 or 3 days since I've made my small corrections. But you can see for the most part, there's an obvious symmetrical triangle forming and this major channel here. And that's the thing that I'm spending the most time and focus on, is this resistance, this price ceiling, and this support, this price floor. So basically the way the coin has been reacting to this is basically to correct lower. And that's what's very interesting to me. You can see 3 days ago, we actually managed to break above here, but ultimately wicked back down below here. And that to me was a sign that there is pretty much a very strong resistance at 26 cents, right where we've touched in the past. So it seems kind of unlikely for us to actually be able to breach 26 cents and head higher. It's definitely a possibility, but we really need some volume, and then we need to be set on the relative strength indicator and MACD to pump that high. But right now, what I'm starting to notice, we've pretty much had the past 3 days of just this consolidation where the coins have pretty much been doing absolutely nothing and just trading sideways with a ton of uncertainty. Basically, where we opened the price up for the beginning of the candle is where we closed at the end of the daily candle. So you can see it pretty much opened and closed at the same exact price point, which is very interesting. This is a huge sign of uncertainty in the market. This is a huge sign that the market seems like it wants to pretty much, reverse the opposite end. And considering we had a bullish run to the upside, this was usually a signal of a bearish run to the downside. Now, obviously, I am priming myself and getting myself ready. I have deposited funds into my Bityard account, and I have made a few profitable trades in the past that you guys have seen. So pretty much I deposited a little over 2,500. That's what I've accumulated in my Bityard account. So I'm just getting ready. I'm priming myself for the next big run or small run within cryptocurrency, within XRP specifically. When it does, it's as simple as creating a market order, typing in 2,000 like I did before. That's how I made that $1,700. And then just clicking a leverage trade of 20. I did 25 times that last time, entering the 2,000 again, and then just clicking buy long or selling to short it. Anticipating the market to drop would be to sell short, and anticipating the market to run to the upside would be to buy long. So definitely make sure to check out Bityard. I did link them in the description down below. We've had now over 200 people sign up to Bityard and have claimed the $50 of free Bitcoin. So definitely make sure to do so. I did link them in the description down below. This is pretty much the website that I've fallen in love with the past couple of weeks and months, to be honest with you guys. I've been using other exchanges, but honestly, it seems like Bityard's pretty much the one that's doing the best. It has the most, The most options available on the cryptocurrencies page. You can see all these cryptos as well as all these cryptocurrencies as well. And then they offer derivative trading, which allows you guys to pretty much trade on the NASDAQ, on Dow, things of that nature, gold, silver, things like that, which is incredible because what, I've figured out is within my Roth, within my retirement fund, I was unable to short I was unable to short stocks and short mutual funds. So what's interesting is, granted, now that I have another opportunity to do so, I can do this outside of my Roth retirement and actually make money and use that money, that profit, to put into that Roth. So I'm pretty, pumped to see this, as an option on BitYard. So to move on, I now want to look at XRP to US dollar. You can see it's a very similar chart as I've discussed in previous episodes. We do have a symmetrical triangle. We do have our price ceiling and price floor as we slowly start to trade sideways. You'll notice we're starting to hit resistance once again. So you can see we've pretty much consolidated all the way up to retest resistance at 26 cents. And honestly, I am pretty much game that we're probably going to see the market correct lower. I do just quickly want to refresh my TV. Boom. But basically, I do anticipate the market to correct a slight bit, lower. There's not really that many signs that show, potential bull run. You can see that most of the cryptocurrencies are pretty much just trading sideways. Obviously, Bitcoin is moving up ever so slightly. And that's a topic for another discussion. But you can see right now on the XRP chart, we're pretty much, stagnating and hitting resistance here. And as we've remembered, when Bitcoin pumps higher recently, the markets have done the exact opposite. All the altcoins have actually fallen when Bitcoin pumps higher. So that's something to consider as well. Ethereum, we've drawn just yesterday a 4-hour symmetrical triangle or ascending triangle. Hopefully this loads for us. I'm just going to save this and then give it a quick refresh. If it doesn't load, I'll show you guys Bitcoin because it's practically the same thing. Here we go. It just loaded in. So you can see what it is I'm referring to. So when you look at now Ethereum, you can see why it's slowly starting to break bullish outside of here. Obviously, if you're trading on the 4-hour chart and you saw a confirmation and this candle wick closed above here, it's a good sign of a correction to the upside. So to leverage trade 450 all the way up to 470, or 465 is a pretty good, jump. Leverage trading $15 can be quite, expensive and profitable. But notice that we're starting to see a bullish cross on the MACD here, which is great news for the 4-hour on Ethereum. You can see we're slowly starting to, see a run higher, but you'll notice we're starting to hit resistance. So there's a clear-cut resistance at the top here, and it'll be very interesting to see if we can breach this or if we're going to now, correct ever so slightly lower. You can even see if I extended this higher, what it is that we're really looking at. I might even be able to get rid of the descending triangle right here, or that descending resistance. And you can see kind of the problem zone that we're kind of facing right now. So this also is another sign of a potential correction to the downside. Extremely overextended on the daily charts on the MACD. Pretty darn high up on the relative strength indicator as well. Same thing applies with Bitcoin, which is why it's almost unlikely that we're going to continue to head up higher. It's really hard to see this. I just want to draw a horizontal line. This seems like a better option for us. I mean, I just want to look back in the past, see where we've had a bit of trouble. As this zooms in, hopefully you can see it's really not that bad. I mean, to be honest, we're really not that far off from 20,000, our all-time high, but it looks like we're hitting resistance. So ultimately, I'm fair game of a potential correction to the downside. That's what I'm anticipating. That's what I'm waiting on. This coin might break bearish. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days now of resistance, and honestly, it could almost correct us lower. So I do think I'm going to prepare myself for a potential short on the market. Litecoin looking to hit resistance again on its symmetrical triangle. You can see it's bouncing off resistance here, and there's a good chance this could correct downwards. Now moving on to the S&P 500, which is showing a bearish candle form right here, a potential reversal back down below our, massive 11-year price ceiling, which is another great indication of a potential correction. I do really quickly just want to look at what exactly is going on with XRP, because when I look at the other cryptocurrencies, it shows signs of, correction. I'd be shocked if we headed up higher. Granted, it is only 8:30, so what I plan on doing is maybe creating a short later in the day. I'd like to see if we're able to breach a little bit higher above our resistances here, specifically on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can break above this resistance, it might be unlikely, but if we can break above here, that might be a sign to be, to get ready to short, because there's a good chance it's going to breach lower. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's episode. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash that like button, as it does help support the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Twitter, CryptoVofficial, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.